So that means that you can have 5/7 of 1, 5/7 of 2, 5/7 of 3, 5/7 of 4, okay? 5/7 of 5, 5/7 of 6, okay? But there is no 5/7 of 7, okay? So 7 would normally be B. You're not going to go F sharp dominant 7th to B minor 7 flat 5. No 5/7 of 7, okay? So the F dominant 7th chord, we call that a 4/7. The next chord, D7, what would we call that? That would be a 5/7 of 5. However, it is deceptive. Why? Because it doesn't go to the 5/7 chord. Instead, it goes to A7, which is 5/7 of 2. And once again, that is deceptive because it does not resolve to 2 minor. So let's go through those chords here. Just one of those sets of like 4 chords there that are kind of weird. The analysis is kind of weird, but it actually, sounds quite nice. Now, if we take a look at what it is, you can also see this pattern. It's creating a minor chord, then dominant, then a dominant, then a dominant, all off of this D minor triad. So it's another way you can look at it as well. Now, moving to the next line of the B section, now we go to G6 to E7 to A minor to D. Now, this is really, really neat in here and really important to understand what's going on. You look at G6 and you say, okay, well, G6 is the same thing as a major 7 chord. Wait a minute. That's supposed to be the 5 chord. We're in the key of C. Isn't G supposed to be dominant 7? And now it says G6, right? And then now you have E7, which is 5/7 of 6, right? But then A minor 7, and then D7. Okay? Now listen to that right there. If I just kind of move around on that progression, sorry. Now, does that sound resolved, or is that sound resolved? This sounds resolved. We have modulated into a different key. So really, we are now in the key of G right here. So what we do is we put a G with a colon and put a circle around it. We're in the key of G. So G6, that's 1. Then 5/7 of 2, right, new key. A minor 7 is 2. D7 is 5/7 of 1. We put the arrow, we put the bracket, okay? And now we have 1 on G6. Now, that is probably pretty confusing, especially if you've never analyzed the song before. Now, you can see that, whoa, wait a second. The song is in the key of C, but we just moved to the key of G for 2 measures and who knows however many until we figure it out. Now, how are you going to know that, hey, wait a second, I'm in a different key? Well, one thing is, use your ears. You can hear, especially like in this pattern, you can hear that G6 sounds like a resolution point. If I play that C and it no longer sounds resolved, that means that guess what? The song, the chord progression has led your ears away from that key of C. Okay? So that means that your analysis has to reflect that. Now, another good way of knowing that we've moved into a new key is that G6 chord, once again, like I said, that's a major sounding chord, not a dominant 7th sounding chord. So why would we change the 5/7 chord into a major chord? There's probably a little clue right there that, hey, something is a little bit different, okay? All right, so that's 1/6, 1/5/7 of 2, 2/5. A lot of times I'll call it 1/6/2/5, even though the 6 is a dominant. I just kind of know in my head that it's a dominant, okay? And then we get to G6, and now here we go once again, A7. That's 5/7 of 2, okay? And then D7 is 5/7. We put the little arrow, 5/7 of 5. Put the arrow, and 5/7 of 1. And then put the arrow. And now the rest of this here is pretty much all the same. It's 1, 5/7 of 2, 2/5/1. A lot of times you can even just put in the stuff that's different. putting your arrows in your brackets and you can kind of see the form. I'm going to do that just for the end. And then here we have a true 1, 6, 2, 5 at the very end here. And that G7 would have an arrow going back to the very beginning. So the end is 1, 5, 7 of 2, 2, 5, 1, 1, 7, 4 major, 10 to 4 minor, 1, 5, 7 of 2, 2, 5, and then 1, 6, 2, 5, 1. And now we're right back at the beginning of the song. All right, so that is the whole analysis of the song. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stop here, and then when I come back, I'm going to take the song, and I'm going to just try moving it into a different key. So I'll see you in a second.